Welcome to the stream. This is Gorgo 2005, starting off about an hour and a half stream today on Out of the Park Baseball 22. And we could subtitle today's episode The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The ugly, oh man, I can't begin to tell you how ugly it is and how ugly it got. Let me tell you the tale of my horrible playoff experience in Gold League this season. Playoff experience in Gold League this season. Okay. I need to turn off my volume here. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get into the game and we'll see how things looked. I'll start off with where the regular season ended up. We look down here and we see that I'm in second place, even though I had a 116 game winning season here. I still ended up, due to a really rotten cruel turn of the random number generator, I got tossed into the same division with another team that won 117 games. So, long way around the horn, I had to settle for a wild card game, which if you look up here, I promptly lost 6-4. It's as if this 116 game season that I had didn't count for anything. It's basically been a wasted week. It's been really lousy. I feel horrible about how this turned out, though there's nothing I can do about it except, come back and try again in Gold for another season and see if I can move up to Diamond. Well, anyway, I've got to answer this download now so that it shows me the next meaningless game because I'm not involved in it. So let me leave that there for a moment. It's going to tell me I still lost, but anyway. I have these 3 packs right here I picked up during tournament action today. I picked up another 3 earlier, and I was able to open those other 3 to help me try to get my team better in time for the playoffs, but that didn't even do any good. But here's what I was able to do. If I can go and take a look at my roster, I added a couple of new pitchers. And those 2 new pitchers, I got Curt Schilling, a perfect card from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's take a look at him. 117 stuff, 86 movement, 96 control. Fantastic arm for my bullpen. So I went ahead and put him into a setup reliever spot. We back up here. I have him in my late setup spot. He pitched 3.2 innings at the end of the season, 0 strikeouts per 9 innings, but he also had 0 ERA. And let's see what his stats looked like. I gave up 2 hits over those 3.2 innings, all of them ground balls, or most of them ground balls, I should say here. There's some fly balls in there. But anyway, the number of batters faced, I faced 11 batters, gave up 2 hits. I managed to win a game because of my efforts in this first match up here that happened on September 30th of the season. So Mr. Schilling did pretty well. He had a pretty good start for me. My other new pitching card, none other than Mr. Rube Waddell from way back in 1903 with the old Philadelphia Athletics. 131 stuff, 89 movement, 80 control. But here's the nice thing about him. He's a ground ball pitcher that pitches over the top and the ball goes down into the zone, so that we have ground balls being hit to my stellar infield defense that scoops up ground balls like they're water that you're drinking just for the heck of it. So anyway, he hasn't done too much for me. He did participate in a loss. He did give up an earned run and ended up with an ERA of 1.80. He participated in my wild card game loss and gave up 1 run. I got beat 6-4. Well, anyway, he pitched for 5 innings in that game, mostly because Cy Young, the starting pitcher, gave up everything else. He gave up 5 runs all by himself. So that's why Mr. Waddell was in for so long, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, and it was an earned run, but he only had a 1.8 ERA. So I want to see how he does in a full season of play. So that was the good, I guess you could say. The bad was I only had 6 packs, of which 3 of them are already opened. So I'm only going to open 3 right now. Let's go right into that part of the game, and we will open these 3 packs. I'm expecting nothing, and let's see what we get. Hey, double historic gold. Oh my goodness, that was a really nice draw. Turk Farrell with the let's see, the 1965 Houston Astros. Let me see what missions he's involved in. He's in the AL West. And do I already have him? Yes, I do already have him. And that mission is complete, so this card will sell. Let's see what it will sell for. This card is worth 8.6K all by itself. That is a beautiful draw, just right there. And I've got another historic gold down here. Carl Mays with the, I guess it's the Boston Bean Eaters from way back in 1919. Well, anyway, let's see what he's involved in here. He's in Tex Houston's gold mission, and I've already got that one completed. He will sell for almost 3.2K. So I don't need to keep him. He's not a duplicate, but I don't need to keep him anyway. Greg Olson, historical all-star bronze. He's already in the fold. He's a duplicate, so I've got him. Charlie Stanciu is a duplicate. Pedro Strop, that started the season with my Reds and since has gone to the Cubs after the Reds released him. Nothing new about him. And Zach Rosscup from the Rockies. Nothing new there. Let's go on to the next pack. That was a really, really nice set of cards. Okay, Frank Isbell, who at one point in time was my first baseman on my bronze tournament team. Luis Patino, oh my. This is his live card. I drew, much earlier this season, I drew a Future Legends card for Luis Patino for the Tampa Bay Rays, and that card was worth 85K. It allowed me to get a really, really nice card that I'll show you here after we're done with these three card packs. Okay, Josh Sabors with the Texas Rangers. Used to be a 69 bronze, now he's a 54 iron. Luke Collier, I have him already. But Frank Isbell, yes, he's a duplicate, I know for sure, because he's already played on my tournament team. TJ McFarland used to be with the Nationals, now he's a St. Louis Cardinal. All right, last pack of my 3. And we have Virgil Cheeves, he's a duplicate iron. Mysterious Walker, a duplicate iron, one of the more interesting named cards in the game. Andrew Stevenson used to be bronze, he's no longer bronze. Jake Marisnick used to be with the Cubs, now he's with the San Diego Padres. And Mr. Newberry here used to be a bronze, and now he's an iron. So anyway, that's basically it for those 3 packs. The first pack had some really nice cards in it that ought to get me over 10,000 perfect points in income, which will certainly help. Okay, I don't want to get more packs. I want to go back to the home screen here. And here we are. You can see some nice end of the season awards that my guys won, but it was basically all for nothing because we didn't go anywhere in the playoffs. I mean, like the wild card game. But Tommy Glavine was the best ERA in the conference at 1 point something or other. I can find out what his ERA was real quick. Tommy Glavine was a 1.98. That was the best ERA in the entire conference. Now, if we go back a little bit, the most pitching wins, Eddie Plank and Vida Blue both had 21-win seasons. So all three of these achievements got me 1,000 perfect points. Plus, I got an extra 1,000 for earning the right to go to the playoffs, which again, because I lost my wild card game, and not a good thing. And down here a little bit further, if I go a little more here, during the end of my season, I had an 11-run comeback against an opponent. I was down 12-1. I came back and won 13-12. And that scored me a 4,000 perfect point achievement. All of those points went toward finishing up missions that allowed me to pick up Messrs. Schilling and Waddell. And even picking those two guys up didn't help me any as far as the playoffs, which is what I was hoping they would do, but no, it didn't help. So we'll try to see how these guys do with a full season under their belt in the gold level leagues. Hopefully I won't have as lousy a time in gold next season, starting tomorrow morning, as I did this season, which ended in a very rude fashion today. But anyway, that's what the game is about. You have good days, you have bad days. Today was a bad day. So anyway, I promised you with yesterday's stream that I was going to draft my perfect team. So let's go back out to the start screen, and you'll see how perfect draft works. Now, once a week on Fridays, there is a weekly showdown called This Week in Perfect Team. And all the weekly showdowns this season are perfect drafts. And I can show you, there are different formats of perfect draft. Like here's a best of 3 that has 32 teams in it. Here's another 32 teams, which is a do or die, not best of 3. And here's a do or die 16-team perfect draft. A double round robin, best of 3 with 32 teams. What's nice about the TWIPT, This Week in Perfect Team draft, look at here. We have 256 teams it can accommodate. We only have 236 signed up for the tournament for right now. But in the next 5 days, I expect those last 20 slots to fill up rather quickly, I would hope. But anyway, I'm going to go on in and draft my team so you can see how perfect draft works. You can be in only one perfect draft at a time, and since I choose a weekly event for perfect draft, I'm stuck in one perfect draft for the entire week. So let's go ahead and get started. Takes a little bit of time to get going. Okay, welcome to the new Perfect Draft Tournament. This draft will last for 13 rounds. Some rounds will require you to draft more than one player for a total of 26 picks. This draft tournament has a draft time limit of 20 minutes. After the scheduled start time, or in the case of a quick tournament, after the last team is signed up, the draft tournament will be created after the draft time limit has expired for the last team or when all teams have completed their draft. This tournament is played in the modern era strategy and stats settings. The designated hitter rule is being used. The series are best of 1. The finals are best of 3. So it's actually best of 1 is another way of saying do or die until you get to the finals, and the finals is going to be a best of 3 affair. The start time is this coming Friday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Simulations occur every 10 minutes. The prizes are pretty cool. A Jeff Tesreau card, which I drew I already had one of. I drew a duplicate on him, and I'm trying to sell him. He's worth 23K all by himself. That's the first place prize if you win this particular draft. And the next one is a pitching Babe Ruth card from 1929, I do believe. Then third and fourth place gets a special edition Christian Yelich for the Brewers from 2019. Fifth through eighth place will win first baseman Phil Cavarretta from the 1945 Cubs. Ninth through 16th place gets shortstop Buck Weaver from the 1915 Chicago White Sox. Anyway, let's go ahead and start drafting and see how Perfect Draft works. Okay, I've got 6 perfect cards, and I only get to pick one. Do I want Build-A-Legend Jimmy Rollins? Do I want future legend Henry Davis, who's a catcher? Do I want first baseman Mark McGwire? Do I want first baseman Todd Helton? Do I want pitcher Bert Blyleven? Right fielder Sammy Sosa with his corked bat. This card comes with its own corked bat built in, by the way. And Jimmy Rollins, a Build-A-Legend card. He started out as a bronze. You could build him up to a silver, build that one up to a gold, build that one up to a diamond, and build that one up to a perfect card. I happen to own this card. He did play for my main team for a brief time. But I'll tell you, the one I'm really going for is the one that's the most expensive card here. And that's this Mark McGwire card. He has 93 contact, 179 power, which is absolutely unreal. He has a 102 eye, which means he can draw walks with the best of them. And he has 90 defense at first base. That's where I'm leaning towards right now. Let me take a look at his profile. I want to look at his ratings and splits here against righty and against lefty. It doesn't look like he's terribly splitty. He does just about the same, except on his eye. His eye is pretty splitty between versus left and versus right. Not much in the way of power. Quite splitty in the gap power, and not very splitty in terms of contact. So it seems like he hits the righties and the lefties about the same. He doesn't hit for gap power nearly as much against righties as he does against lefties, and he hits with enormous power, and here is almost enormous power against righties. His eye, his ability to draw walks, is incredible, amongst the best in the game. And his avoid Ks is 64 aggregate, but 71 against lefties, 62 against righties. So I'm really leaning hard towards getting this card to start with. Everybody else is decent, but not as decent as this guy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on him and submit the pick, and he shows up over here now in my roster. Now let's see, I've got a future legend right fielder. Looks like he's got good contact, good power, but not very good defense. He's only a 65 defense. Jay Howell, I've had him on my team before. He's an excellent reliever at this point in the game. And Cy Williams in center field with 85 defense. He has much more power than he does contact, so he's not going to be that good a hitter, but he does have excellent scoop-em-up defense out in center field. Eddie Roush, center fielder for my Reds, really mediocre 47 defense, though he has high contact. So I'd be trading off more hits versus more fielding with this guy. Larry Heil, or Heisel, I forget how they pronounce his name. But anyway, he's a left fielder, And Kid Elberfeld, really nice shortstop. And it looks like he's got good eye, but even better defense. So I'm kind of stuck between Jay Howell right now and no, I don't think I don't think I'll take Mr. Torkelson even with his good contact and good power because he's only 65 in right field. Well, wait a minute. Hang on a second here. It says he can also play first base. He can play third base. He can play left field. He can play right field. Where Howell is basically only a reliever. I think I might just go ahead and take this guy for his versatility despite his less than stellar defense because of the fact that he can hit the ball. So, okay, Mr. Torkelson, welcome to my team. Let's go on to the next round. And I get 6 more diamond cards, of which I only get to choose 1. There's my second baseman, folks, Brandon Phillips. 92 or 82 defense. Wow. Oh, but look at, I've got Ted Williams in left field. I could take him. Austin Hendrick in right field with 69. Ooh. Okay, well, I've already chosen a right fielder. So, and there's Ted Kluszewski also with my Reds. He could be an excellent first baseman, except I've already got Mr. McGuire already there. So, anyway, it looks to me like right now it's going to be, I don't have any starters yet. I think I'm going to have to take Mr. Santana. Just so I have a diamond pitcher in my starting rotation. So I think I'm kind of hog-tied there. I'd love to have Brandon Phillips in my infield, but I want good pitching more than I want good fielding at second base. All right, now we've got some gold cards from which we get to choose 2. Aaron Harang, a special edition card from the 2006 Reds, and he's got really nice stuff for a gold card and not much in the way of movement and not much in the way of control. So if I were to pick him, I don't think so. Garrett Anderson, 89. There's a good contact hitting and defending left fielder. I don't have a good left fielder yet. Let me go ahead and pick him. Let me check out my other pitching here. D. Gordon at second base. Now there might be a choice. If I couldn't get Brandon Phillips, he might be my second baseman. But okay, and I've got 2 more rounds of gold for which I can pick out another pitcher or 2. But let me look here. Here's Jim Turner, high control, very low stuff. Jason Fraser with the Tampa Bay Rays. Fair to Midland. Okay, let's see. Scott Brosius, third base. I think I'm going to stick with third base. I think I'm going to stick with Mr. Gordon, just so that I get some good defense there. Because I've already got, I do have a starting pitcher. I got a first baseman, got a right fielder. Now I've got a second baseman and a left fielder that are pretty decent. Okay, now let me see what I can find here in the way of pitching. Geraldo Perdomo, shortstop. It's a 61. Let's see here. Build a Legend Pete Rose. There's a solid hitting card. I could have him as my DH. Bob Gibson as an 89 pitcher. Oh, I gotta have him. Even with his low movement, low control, I need some more starting pitching, so I gotta get him. Frankie Justine, possible third baseman. Oh, excellent defense for Frankie Justine. I think I've just found a third baseman. Jim Brosman, nope. I think Chris Sabo. I'd love to have Sabes on my team. He's a Red, but I think it's going to be Rose, and I think it's going to be Justine. Bob Gibson's control and movement are just a little bit too suspect for me, and I can't. Let's see though. That would force me to get 2 pitchers with the next round. and Gibson is an 89. I'll go ahead and bite the bullet and take him and skip over Justine for now. Hopefully I can find a good fielding third baseman here as we go down the line. So Bob Gibson, Pete Rose, let's go, guys, okay. Austin Martin. Austin Martin at third base. His defense is 62. He may not be a bad choice for third. And let's see what else I've got here in terms of pitching. Oh, Craig Kimbrell. Kimbrell would be a good pitcher. He's a gold pitcher. I think I will take him. Let me check out Cade Cavalli, though, first. He's got 112 stuff with 63 control, 131 stuff with 47 control. I'm going to go with Mr. Cavalli. He's going to be my next gold pitcher. And let's see now. Pete Rose is listed as third base, but his defense is horrible. If you look at his defense, it's only a 37. Or Mr. Martin here is a 62. He's much, much better. And he's got a really decent eye of 82, which means he'll draw walks a bit. So I think I like him as my third baseman. So here we go. J.J. Putz. Yeah, I've heard rumors that this guy's a real putz. Sorry about that, Mr. Putz, but that's what your name is. Okay. All right, so I'm ready to go on to the next. That's it for my gold cards. The next ones will be silvers. I'll have 2 silvers I can pick out of this round. Okay, and I probably want to get myself another pitcher at least one more pitcher in this round, and then try to get some other catchers. Or, I'm sorry, some other position players. Buddy Rozar, there's my catcher right there. 101 defense, not much in the way of batting, but I want a good defender back there. Okay? I don't have a center fielder yet. I do have a shortstop, or do I have a shortstop? I don't have a shortstop. Pat Listash, his defense is 64. Right field, Tom Bernansky, can he play center? No, he can't play center. Starting pitcher Walt Masterson, 84 stuff. He might not be a bad choice. And let me check Starling Marte here. 46 defense in center field. I need somebody with stronger numbers up the middle. Okay, so I've got Buddy Rozar as a catcher. Walt Masterson doesn't look too bad. I think I'm going to have to go with Mr. Masterson here. He's the best choice. Though, ooh, there's a solid reliever card. Donnie Moore, who's really strong on movement and control for a silver card, and he'd be a reliever. Let me look here. It's somewhere between these two. And I think I'm going to take Masterson because I need more starters before I need more relievers just yet. Or am I? No. I need more relievers. Good grief, what am I doing? Okay, let's take him out. Get Mr. Moore. I've got 3 starting pitchers already. I have no relievers. Okay, let's go ahead and move on from there. So I've got, for this round, I have my catcher and I have a reliever. Okay, let's go on to the next silver round. Okay, there's a Build a Legend Mike Mussina. Let's see what he looks like. He may not be a bad starter, but let's see. Danny Graves is a fantastic reliever. I got to get Danny Graves. I absolutely have to get Danny Graves. Okay, Sergio Mitre. Okay, not that good. Let's see. Leo Gomez, third base. I've already got a third baseman in Austin Martin. Starting pitcher Russ Van Atta. 90 stuff. Okay. I may have found my 4th starting pitcher. And I've got my 2nd reliever. Okay, so I need to get 1 more starting pitcher and 6 more relievers after this round. Okay? let's keep on going. Okay, now of these silver cards, I get to pick two. Logan Hensley is a good Negro League Stars card. I've got Tom Gorman, who's a pretty decent looking reliever. Del Pratt at second base. I've already got a second baseman. Relief pitcher Carl Willis, really nice control. Okay, let's see here. Juan Rivera, left field. I need a really decent center fielder, but I don't see any in this crowd at all. Nobody that can play center. Let me take a look at some of the outfielders and see if they have a center field rating. Andy Dirks, left field and right field rating, if you look at the bottom of the card bubble. And left fielder Juan Rivera. Oh, he can play center, okay. But he only has a 14 positional rating at center field. That's not good enough. I need somebody that's a stronger fielder, so I think I'm going to go here with Tom Gorman. And maybe Derek Norris is a backup catcher, except he doesn't look that good. Andy Dirks is a left fielder, right fielder. Okay, I've already got him. Starting pitcher Bob Keegan. 84 control, or 84 movement. 81 stamina. Okay. So I've got 4 starting pitchers. I'm going to go ahead and take a reliever and a position player. And I think my position player, okay, I don't want Tony Fernandez. He's Build a Legend card. Don't want him. I might have to take Mr. Keegan after all, because some of the other choices here aren't really that savory. Dave McNally, pitcher, is a 71 compared to Keegan's 76. I think I like Keegan's card better, so I'm going to pick him. I got 2 pitchers this round. This gives me 3 relievers, 5 starters, and I've got 5 more pitchers to get. I got to get me a center fielder, got to get me a shortstop, and some backups for those positions. So let me get myself a look at these bronze cards now. We now have 3 bronze rounds where I get to pick two cards each round, and I'm running out of time. Okay, give me a center fielder, folks. I want a center fielder. Center fielder, center fielder. Mac Jones, he can play center, but only has a rating of 15. Forget that. Okay, catcher Rene Rivera. There's my backup catcher. Okay. Then Al Severinsen, 63. Paul Fry. Okay, he looks like a good reliever. I'm going to pick him up. Okay, so we have my backup catcher and a reliever pitcher. Yeah, those are probably the two best cards in this round for my needs. And down here I see I have 2 catchers, a first baseman, second baseman, third baseman. I don't have a shortstop yet. I hope I have, they give me Simba Simmons in here in the bronze round. I'll pick him as my shortstop in a heartbeat. Bob Unglob used to be on my tournament team. Really decent hitting card. Tony Watson, let's see, Jim Todd. Jonathan Hernandez. Let me take a quick look here. David Hernandez as a relief pitcher, 87 stuff. I think I'm going to have to take him as a reliever. And what's Al Nixon look like at center field? He's only a 54. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And this is my second bronze round. I've got, oh boy, I got 2 more rounds to go, and I've only got a minute and a half to do it. Okay, Al Nixon, looks like you're it. Got 7 more cards to pick and a little over a minute to do it. Okay, do I have a shortstop? Do I have a shortstop? Give me a shortstop. Luis Alicea, he can play third. Joey Lucchesi, Mike Toppin. Okay, no shortstops in here. Gavin Lux, play shortstop for me. He might be my shortstop unless I get something better. Luis Alcea doesn't play shortstop, but Mr. Lux plays short, so he's a pick. And Mr. Lucchesi is a pick. Wait a minute, I had him. Wait, who's the other card? Who's the other card? Okay, there we go. I've got 23 seconds now to pick 5 cards. Carson Fulmer, because he's with the Reds. Backup outfielder, Mr. Kivlehan. And no shortstops, no shortstops, no shortstops. Luis Gil will take him. Larry Lubers will take him. And I've got, what, maybe 1 or 2 more. I've got to hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Cody Poteet will take him. Now I'm done. Draft is over. I was a little rushed there towards the end. But I do have a shortstop. And I have a left fielder, center fielder, 2 right fielders. So I do have a backup outfielder. Looks like, oh gosh, I've got way too many pitchers. 2 catchers, 1 first baseman. Oh man, I'm kind of hurting. That was a kind of a lousy draft. Really, really lousy draft for me. Well, anyway, let's see what the roster looks like. The artificial intelligence in here is going to put together a pitching staff for me and make assignments. And Irvin Santana, my diamond guy, is my leadoff pitcher. Then I've got Bob Gibson, a gold card behind him. Cade Cavalli, another gold card right behind him. Then Bob Keegan, a silver card, and Russ Van Atta, a silver card. Those are my 5 starters. Got a 5-man rotation, always starting the highest rested, which is my, it's been my mantra ever since I started playing the game. Okay, so here I've got long relief, specialist. This guy, being a lefty pitcher, he's going to be a specialist against left-handed batters. And everybody else, gosh, I've got 9. I've got 14 pitchers on my staff, which is 1 more than I normally carry. But I felt kind of pressed to pick the 5 best cards I could out of the iron round, and that's how I got stuck with all these guys. Well, anyway, let's look at our lineups. Everybody's got backups. Everybody has an assignment. Pete Rose is going to be at third base, but Gavin Lux, who is a second baseman, is going to be in at DH. Okay, fair enough. And Pete Rose, with his 86 contact, is going to be at third base, but he's only got 37 defense, so that's not too good for the home team. Well, anyway, we do have secondary utility assignments. 2 pinch hitters, no pinch runners. I was lacking speed all over the place because I didn't see much there that I could choose from that was also good with defense or good with hitting or whatever. So that's against right-handed pitching. Let's see, against left-handed pitching, pretty much the same. Nothing new there. So anyway, I will go to my strategy and set my strategy. And I usually like to go with the tactician preset for the entire team, which means I have them trying to steal a lot of bases, using hit and run and sacrifice bunts on a neutral level, but strong on doing squeeze bunts, neutral on bunting for hits. Pitching around, strong. Intentional walk, strong. Holding runners, neutral. Playing the infield in, you can see how these are set up. In any event, I'm going to go with that. And my pitching is set. My lineups are set. I'm going to submit the team, and now it's going to sit there until Friday evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Sims actually start at 8:30. It takes an hour to get the tournament set up for 256 teams. No big surprise there. Last week I got bounced in the first round Dishnet 34 happened to beat my team in round one, and he was streaming at the time, so he was streaming the event and playing me at the same time, and I let him off easy with a win. So anyway, he knocked me out that first round. That's the first round one knockout I've had in the last 5 perfect drafts. I have made it as high as second place in this tournament. And last year in TWIPT, I actually won a tournament, but it wasn't Perfect Draft then. Perfect Draft was only invented for this game cycle, Perfect Team 22. Perfect Team 21 was regular kind of run-of-the-mill tournaments. And that particular week that I won, it was an Iron Cards tournament. And Iron was my specialty. I was used to winning Iron tournaments. And I got lucky and won that one also. So I got the bragging rights for that week. But I've come in first in one of these last season. And then this year I came in second in one of these TWIPT weekly showdowns. Okay, well, I'm done drafting my team. I'm going to submit it. It's successful. Let's go ahead and move out of here. And here we are back to our loading screen. I'm going to make a quick run to my alternate team. I'm going to log out of here. And you're going to see how my alternate team did. They are in the Bronze League. They were in Silver last season, and this season they were in Bronze. They got relegated back to Bronze. So I go ahead and get in here to see how they're looking. I already know how they're looking because I saw this already. They were in a wild card game also, which they lost. Okay, Finneytown Wildcats lost 3-1. And guess what? Yeah, the losing pitcher on both my gold team and on my bronze team, Cy Young was the losing pitcher on both. So, but he did get me back an extra little bit here. He had the most pitching wins in the entire conference. So Cy Young did pretty well. Port Reading Thunder. Let's take a look at the postseason here and see how the teams are doing. Okay, wild card, I lost. Division series are over already. Let's see. D's Nuts are playing the Edinburgh Dukes, and then over here we got the Praha Czechs playing the CDMX Petroleros, and it looks like the Petroleros are leading this one 1-0, and the Nuts and the Dukes are tied at 1 apiece. The winners of these two series will move on to the World Series, and the winner gets to take a trophy home. And if you take a look at promotion and relegation, based on record alone, if I had won my wild card game, chances were pretty strong that I would have earned promotion, because I would have been one of the top 2 teams that didn't make the semifinals. At least that's my thinking anyway, is that based on my regular season record, that chances were pretty fair that I might have earned promotion had I won my wild card game. But that's another story. Anyway, let's get out of here and go back to the home screen, and we will see that I have 4,171 perfect points. That's enough to buy 4 packs. And this is a packs and missions only team, so let's go ahead and buy 4 packs and open them up right here on the spot. Okay, 4 packs to go on my alternate team. Give me some good draws. Okay, nothing good here. Sam Hilliard, Lloyd Merritt, historical iron with the Cardinals. Since I don't get that many packs over here, I don't have very many duplicates. So Mr. Merritt is brand new to the team. Hilliard is a duplicate. Dustin Fowler used to be with the A's. Now he's with the Miami Marlins. Luke Mail with the Brewers, he's a duplicate. Matt Bush is a duplicate, and Drew Anderson is a brand new iron card that I'd never drawn before. So let's keep going. Okay, Brian Abreu. I think I've got him already. Rowdy Tellez. This is his first appearance on my bronze team. Keston Hiura. I've gotten him before. Kristen Stewart. I've had him before. Brandon Kinsler used to be with the Marlins, now with the Phillies. He's a duplicate. Tyler Yates, brand new historical iron, so he's new to the collection. Let's go on. And we have Danny Murtaugh. Is he new? He is new. And everybody else looks like they're with the same teams they've been on before. Except, well, Tim Hill, good grief. Look at, he started out as a silver, now he's all the way down to a fair to middling iron card. So he's having a rough season. And let's open that very last pack, and hopefully we'll get something nice. Got Blue Moon Odom, I bet he's new, and he is. Evan Longoria, he is a duplicate. Brian Abreu, we just saw him a pack or 2 or 3 ago. Christopher Sanchez is new. Stephen Tarpley is a duplicate. Sebi Zavala is new. So anyway, that does it for this group of cards. And I think what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to take a look at my collection and see what my duplicates are looking like. Yeah, I've got quite a number of duplicates. I've got 149 of them. I'm going to auction off 3 of these and show you my... oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not. I'm going to quick sell this guy because he's real close to 111, which is the break-even point for quick selling. So I'm going to go ahead and sell him for 100. Now here I'm going to auction these 2 off, but if they don't sell at the bid that I'm asking, I'm going to go ahead and set them up to quick sell for 100 if they don't sell at the price I'm asking. So I'm going to ask 128 for a starter and 129 for buy it now for Mr. Lopez. I always try to get on a silver card, I try to get a buy it now price of 3 below the last 10. So that way he stands a pretty good chance of getting sold. So I start at 1 below that 3 below. So I start at 128, go to 129 for the buy it now, and that card is ready to submit. But I'm also going to automatically sell it if no bid is placed. So here we go. And then we'll go on to the next one and do the same with him. I'm going to go 143 and 144 with Mr. Urias and automatically sell him at 100 if he doesn't sell. Alrighty, so here we go. We'll sell, put that one up for auction. That one's done. I think I've got a couple of expensive bronze cards there I might want to get rid of. And no expensive irons. Oh gosh, I got to download a sim that's totally meaningless to me because I'm out of the playoffs. But other teams are simulating, so I've got to put up with this little inconvenience. We'll go back to the collection, and we're still looking at duplicates, and I've got these 2 up here that could sell a little bit. I'm going to go 101 and 102 on Mr. Allen, formerly of the Reds, 1927 Reds, and we'll submit him. And then we'll do the same here for Mr. Rizzo. We're going to start him at 107 or 106 and have a buy it now at 107. Okay, and there we go. Alrighty, so that card is now also put up for sale. So I've got 144 duplicates to get rid of. I'm pretty sure that most of these are going to be quick sells. Let me take a quick look here. I'm looking for low irons. Okay, I'm going to quick sell all of these guys, get me 25 quick ones, 25 perfect points. Now I'm going to look for quick selling bronzes. Got a bunch of them, 10 of them. This will get me 250 perfect points. There's that. They're gone. Now if I took a look at the auction house quick sells, these are ones that I'll put up for bid for an asking price, but if they don't sell, I'll check mark that little quick sell at 100 if nobody puts in a bid on it. So that's 16 of my duplicate cards, and I'm down now to 129 where I was in the 140s. So I'll be taking a look at selling off some of these cards later off stream. And in the meantime, let's go on back out of here. Let me take a look at my bronze team here. I've got Gio Gonzalez, a 90 diamond on my starting rotation. Denny Nagel, a gold card in my starters. 99 Don Sutton, 99 Justin Verlander, and perfect Cy Young. Those are my 5 starting pitchers. For relief, I've got high stuff Ken Giles. I've got high stuff Liam Hendriks, who's worked his way all the way down to gold. Trevor Hoffman, he's a high stuff reliever at a 94. Carl Hubble, 87, gold card. But the only good thing he's got going for him is some fair to middling stuff. 99 Mark Langston, high stuff, fair to middling control and movement. Mariano Rivera, oh yeah, look at him, 86, 83, 86, and he's only a 91. I'd say a little bit on the underrated side. But here I've got live perfect Brandon Woodruff with the Brewers, and he is a late reliever for me, I'm pretty sure. In fact, he may even be the closer. Let's double check on him. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. Let me go to my pitching staff. Oh, okay. Oh, he's in middle relief. Yikes. Okay. Maybe I need to have him a little later and move, maybe move Mr. Presley or Mr. Giles up into his spot and move that higher ERA down to the latter part of the order. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll take a look at that off stream when I get my strategies together for next season. But anyway, I'm going to be repeating in bronze again. And here's my history that I started out in rookie, spent 2 seasons in stone, 5 seasons in iron, then 2 in stone again. I got sent back, then 1 back in iron, 1 back in stone again, then 2 seasons in iron. Then I got to move up to Bronze League. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bronze seasons in a row. And then I got moved up to silver, and I promptly got sent back to bronze. So I'm now in my 8th, or is that 9th? Yeah, my 8th bronze season out of the last 9, and that 9th one was a silver season in Silver League. Okay, so this team here doesn't really have too much good going for it, except, again, it's totally free to play and only gets its income from card pack draws and from completing missions. So anyway, that's my Finneytown Wildcats team, and we'll get out of here and exit the building and go back into my main team, because I have some adjustments to do for next season. I set up my pitching staff for the postseason, so I've got to readjust them. And we'll do that straight away here. Okay, come on guys. Pitching staff. I set it up for a 4-man rotation for the playoffs. And I can't decide who I'm going to move up. Vida Blue had been in there, tied for the league lead in wins. I think I'm going to move Vida right back where he was. Now what I'm going to do though, oops, hang on a second, I need to make this a 5-man rotation first before I move anybody over there. So I'm going to bring him over now. Wait a minute, I said 5-man, come on guys, let's go. There. Okay, Vida Blue's over here. I'm going to move him up in the world a little bit. Move him up in the world a little more, and then a little more. Okay, now these guys, you can see based on their season results. Vida had been at the top of my rotation, but Tommy Glavine, even though he was involved in less decisions and didn't have as many wins, he still had the stellar 1.98 ERA, which is the lowest ERA in the entire conference. He was the only guy with a 2.0 or less ERA. So he, as far as I was concerned, was the top pitcher. And at the end of the playoffs, he might still get a Cy Young award. He might be named the top pitcher of the league. We'll see. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But Vida Blue with 21 wins, Eddie Plank with 21 wins, they tied for the most wins in the conference. So any one of those three could quite literally become the Cy Young winner, or the conference's Pitcher of the Year award, which is what OTP uses. And that's that. I've got them fixed. I need to maybe go back and fix a couple of strategy things. I need to reset the strategy and go in and go into my player strategies and set everybody from override to adjust. And the reason that I do this is on the advice of another player who's been there and done that. And that is, if you take your team strategy settings and make them 100% neutral. Oh yes, that's right, I do have base stealing stats on Cy Young because he's got enough speed to be a pinch runner. Okay, so anyway, let's go on. That was adjust. I did remember to adjust Cy. Okay, he's adjust, and we'll do the same with Fergie. Adjust. Adjust. We've got to do this for each one of the 26 players. This is a little bit on the boring side, but hey, I don't have anything else to do. Okay, Josh Gibson, first of the position players, take him back to adjust. Same with Maurer. Same with Musial. And Little Joe. And Mr. Caminiti. Oh, I had a tournament end without winning. Okay, I'll go back and re-enter a tournament once I get out of here. Okay. We'll keep adjusting till we get to all 26. Pete Rose is going to be my last one. I know that. Cool Papa Bell. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Cool Papa Bell led the league. Hang on a second. Cool Papa Bell led the league in steals with 121 bases stolen. That was insane. Okay. Okay. Enos is already set to adjust. There's Pete. Oh, okay. I know what's going on here. I need to set his position for designated hitter. He is not a left fielder. There he is. Okay. So if we take a look at the team averages, we had some guys that slapped the ball pretty well. Enos, I believe, led the league in hitting. Let's take a look at the league stats. I think 341 We'll show him at the top. Oh, Pete Rose with Fed Weezy came in, beat him by 1 point. Dang. He was leading the league in hitting for the longest time. And look at there, he and Maurer are third and fourth in the league. And this is, league scope is combined, which means both conferences. That's the entire league. So anyway, shucks. Okay, let's keep on coming back to my player strats. Okay, I believe I've taken care of everybody. I've taken care of everybody on the resets. We've taken care of that on its reset. I'm going to go ahead and submit the team now again and let the chips fall where they may starting tomorrow morning. So we've been on for an hour already and I feel like I'm running out of things to do, folks. So I may just go ahead and call it quits for the day. I've exhausted everything that I wanted to do. I picked my perfect draft team for TWIPT for Friday night. I opened packs on both my teams. Didn't get much of anything decent except that one draw that I had that had 2 historic golds in it that should bring me in a combined 10K in sales. So I'll go in, I'll get working on them. In fact, let me do that before we call it quits. Okay? Let's do that. But I have a simulation I got to pull in first. And then I'll go take a look at those guys. Okay, I'm looking at the collection. I want to take off the duplicates. And we're looking at they were both 80 gold, as I remember. And let's get down to the 80s. There we go. Now, that's an 81 Wolfong. I don't want him. Turk Farrell, there we go. He's a duplicate. He sells for 8.6K. I'm going to put him up for 8498, 8499. So he'll be roughly equivalent to 8.5K. So we'll do that. Put him up for sale. And then down here, Kendrys Morales, was he the other one? Let me take a look. No, I don't want to sell him. He's still on an active mission. Oh, and that's also an 81. I'm looking at 80s. Okay, that 80. Carl Mays, that was him. Okay, Carl Mays is who I drew because I'm 100% done on Tex Houston's gold mission. So I can do him. He's about 32. I'm going to go down to a little under 31. I'm going to go 3098. Oops, hang on. 3099. So this one's over 100 perfect points cheaper than the last 10 sales. Alrighty, so he's going up for sale. And I feel like I also need to go back and take a look at Brandon Marsh, 90 card. Brandon Marsh. Okay. Alright, so there he was. Oh, that's right, I sold him. I had a duplicate Brandon Marsh that I sold for 4K so that I could buy cards to pick up Mr. Waddell. But I've got me another expensive card here. Let me go take a look at my auctions first. See if that helps stir up my memory. Oops, I want my auctions. Okay. And there's those 2 gold cards I just put up. There's a diamond card that's worth a mint, like about 23K. I need to go back and find him and put him up for sale again because I have a feeling he didn't sell or my total of perfect points would be much higher than it is now. So let's go back to the collection. And we're looking through the iron cards. Look for something that's worth about 23K. Matt Chapman, was that him? No, I need him for Hanley Ramirez's mission, so it's not him. It's somebody that I can get rid of. Bert Hooton, not him. Miguel Montero, not him. Oh, Ryan Braun, not him. I'm down in the golds already. Let me get up here into some of the higher brackets of diamonds. Christian Franklin, I know it's not him. Reed Detler's not him. Carl Crawford, was that him? Oh, no. Ken Boyer? No, I need him. I need Ken Boyer. Carl Crawford. I need him for Franchise Heroes 2 for Tampa Bay. See, folks in chat, I would normally have taken a snapshot of my auctions so that it would help me remember who I had up for sale in case they don't sell. Then I can go back and put them up for sale again. I don't think it's Mr. Porter, and it's not because I need him. It's not Mr. LeMahieu, I know that. Tim Hudson, no, definitely not him. Shanty Hogan, definitely not him. Okay, Jack Clark, not him either. 40K for Pat Burrell. I don't think he's the one. Yeah, I still need him for Franchise Heroes 2 for Philly. Okay, so let's see here. Tiny Bonham, is it him? Nope, I need him for another mission. It's only 30% done. I think I remember now who it is. I think I remember now who it is. Or no, I don't. On second thought. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. It's not Lance Berkman. Certainly not Joe Mauer. He's my catcher. Jose Altuve, not him. Manny Ramirez, not him. Herman Killebrew, not him. Rocky Colavito, certainly not him. Fernando Valenzuela, not him. Jeff Russell, not him. To be sure. I need him for Texas's mission. Scherzer, not him. Christian Pash, not him. Jeff Fassero, there he is. Okay, that's the one I can get rid of. See, because he's on a diamond mission that I've already gotten done. Remember earlier where I said I had a duplicate Jeff Fassero that I had put up for sale? This is the guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and put him up. That's the dude. Okay, I'm going to put him up for 21,998, 21,999. So he's over 1,000 less than L10. Tried to make him really attractive for sale. So anyway, that 96 card is out of here, and it's on the auction block. Alrighty. So now, with that having been said, I think I can safely say goodbye to everybody. So thanks a lot for joining me and for tuning in. We will catch up with everybody later, and in the meantime, this is the old right-hander, rounding third and heading for home. Good afternoon and good night, everybody.